Hello y'all, and welcome back to another video. I am Nobodium, and this is Scarlet Hollow. It's going to be the final part of episode 1, and we're just going to hop right into this. You find your way along the narrow path and emerge in a rocky outcropping, overlooking the dark forest. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you have ever seen before. There are quite a few stars. Honestly, it's unbelievable. Are those eyeballs? I sure the hell hope not. Duke interrupts the serenity of the scene with his old man grunt, folding his creaky points as he settles on a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple of beers. Oh, good old beef jerky, Duke. That should come in handy wherever you are. At least it's nice. It's a nice night, even if your circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky, and as for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself. Like, you can have both beers, but I suppose I convinced to spare one. Should you be drinking in this situation? Isn't it dangerous? There's eyeballs. Could be eyeballs are still there. I'm looking, I'm watching you. You better not leave me and this man alone. Lighten up. Just a Bud Light. It ain't moonshine. Anybody who drinks off a Bud Light is drinking it wrong. Gets drunk. Oh my god. Okay. I find it helps keep my aim steady. Lowers the nerve just enough to shake the trimmer out of my trigger hand. Maybe if you had one, it'd calm your jitters. Can't believe Stella wouldn't believe us about the mountain lion. Are they really that rare up here? If you ask most people, there ain't been any in these parts for decades. But everybody who lives deep enough in the hills has a story or two about seeing one. Not that anybody believes us. If we don't manage to bag that son of a bitch, you'll have one of them stories too. And then you'll get the rare pleasure of telling people what you've seen with your own two eyes and never have, and nobody believe you. For a moment you think you catch something in the tree line. The fucking eyes are gone! From out of the corner of your eye, but before you can see anything, it's gone. Is it just me or something? Does it feel like we're being watched right now? That's just nature. You get used to it. I'll have some beef jerky. Damn straight you will. I like you, dude. You take the laborious bite of jerky, straining your jaw as it fights back, but you manage to tear off the leather piece. It's not especially flavorful, but it's very satisfying, like how you imagine old-timey war rations might taste. I was wondering, how did you find me? I've been on that thing's trail all day. I've got myself a personal vendetta. It's been after my chickens. I've seen it around my property a few times now. The next day I was always have a bird or two missing. Those birds is like family to me. I raised them from eggs. They know me by sight like I'm their daddy. So it means something to me when some creature sets their sights on my hens. That thing shoots to the top of my list of enemies. And I suppose it sees some commonalities between you and my chickens. I didn't expect to find a near stranger out there on the wrong end of that thing. My cat was doing something. She's getting big, so she's like having a hard time jumping into spaces she once was able to get into. It's kind of cute. But I'm glad I did for your sake. About what you said earlier, what did everyone think I was going to come to? Why did everyone think I wasn't going to come to a funeral? That'd be Miss Perlin's doing. She was never very kind when talking about your side of the family. Bless her heart. God rest her soul, of course. But she told everyone your side of the family had sworn off the Scarlet Hollow and everyone who lived here, so nobody around these parts thought we'd see much of you. Seems like you and Stella go way back. What do you think of her? Oops. What do I think? I think she's a nice young lady. She's been through a lot in her short time on this earth. He let conspicuous silence fall between the two of you. You can tell me more, I won't tattle. That thing about her parents rolling in their graves, are they both dead? Ain't my place to say. That thing about her parents rolling in their graves, are they both dead? Yes, they are. God rest their souls. He takes a quiet, contemplative sip of beer and move on. Thanks for saving my life. I really appreciate it. Seemed like divine intervention that I was there when I wish I could have gotten the damn thing for good though. I hate to have to drag you around the woods all night. Cause you're loud as hell. So Duke, tell me about yourself. You wanna know about me? I can't say I know what there is to tell. I've got a beautiful wife, Irma, who I love to hell and back, and we've got our boy Bo and a little farm. And our closet neighbor is that bastard Julius Tremaine, but that's neither here nor there. Tell me more. Tell me what's the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? I seen one of the size of a large pumpkin. I've only seen the ones at the grocery store. I've only seen. Duke pulls out his wallet, flipping open a photograph of a very, very large pumpkin. Big Betty, my biggest yet. But you didn't know my pumpkins could ever get so big. Me and Bo are taking her down to the fair this week, aiming to take home the blue rib. Why are we getting to know him so much? Why? He better not die. Damn, bigger than you, guys. She's gorgeous. She really is. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a glimpse of her when she's on her way out of town. She really is something you need to see with your own eyes. Pictures don't do her justice. What do you think of Scarlet Hollow? What do I think? You might as well be asking me what I think of the air I breathe or the dirt I'm standing on. How am I supposed to know? I'm in it. I should be the one asking you. What do you think of our town? It's me being attacked by mountain lions, so... it's small. I think you mean it's quaint. This is a nice, quiet place to live. So far as I'm concerned, anybody would be lucky to call this place home. Suppose I didn't have an opinion, after all. Suppose I did have an opinion, after all. My God, Caden. What do you think of Tabitha? You say that as if I would have a bad word to say about her. I think she knows the value of hard work, and I think she and her whole family have been the lifeblood of the town for longer than I've been alive. And they're the whole reason any new jobs come out this way that ain't just some tourist bullcrap. We have the Scarlets to thank for this place. Ain't just a glorified theme park like some other towns I could name. I don't want to be a local flower character selling my produce at the cutesy farm stand to folks up from the city who think they want homegrown goods but get nervous if they see a brown spot. So I'm grateful to Miss Tabitha and will hear no slander to her name. You feel so much more like a kind person I expected to find out here, like you really belong. You calling me a stereotype? I'm just joking. I know I picked up some habits and folks around here tend to pass around. At least I ain't on the meth. That's next generation trouble. I just chew on my tobacco and drink my beer and leave it at that. I will say though, things ain't like they used to be around here. Kids grow up online, lose their accents, 'cause they want to sound like somebody else. They move away and come back with big heads on their shoulders, talking down to their elders just because they went off and got themselves some expensive degree. At least my beau is a solid mountain boy. He'll sitting on the porch with a beer watching the sun go down over the hills every night, same as every Callaway that came before him. He knows there's no shame in country life. Uh, you open your mouth to speak, but before you could get the words out, your phone buzzes in your pocket. You're getting the phone call. It's your cousin. Pick it up. Nobodium, where did you go? Are you dead? No, I'm just in the woods hanging with this cool old guy. Cool old guy? Wait, the woods? God, no wonder your reception is so bad. You're coming through like you're in the blender. Who is that? Is that Miss Tabitha? There's a sound. What in the. Look, I don't know if you know this, since the big city all has trees with little fences around them or whatever, but wandering around the woods at night is dangerous. Get back to town now. Don't you worry, Miss Tabitha. Well, we'll get nobody back to your safe and sound, and I'll be sure of that. I promise everything is fine. I'll see you back at the estate. Everything does not sound fine. I see it. I see it. It's sweet and kind, and a bed of flowers, a nice wind, a gentle gardener. That that must be my birdie. She's still alive? The call ends abruptly. The bad reception finally giving out. That doesn't look like a kitchen. The moment takes a step toward the tree line. Get your thieving little hands off her! Duke Chuck. Oh my god. Flashlight in hand, crashing through the bush. Damn, that thing is fast. Which way did it go? There's an odd sound nearby, though it isn't the sound of whatever the two of you were chasing. Keen-eyed, it's a human voice, and one you recognize immediately. It would appear that Stella didn't leave the woods after all. Of course she did. It seems we found one of Duke's chicken folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but Duke stops Mr. to listen. His hearing has been evidently not quite as sharp as yours. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I've never seen anything like it. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go home? The two of you emerge to a clearing, revealing that what Stella has been filming so intently is Bird, the little chicken body panting, desperate breaths as she lies in a crumpled heap on the Stella's feet. Birdie? Oh no. What happened to you, sweet girl? A new beginning. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. Stella, what the hell? Don't put this online. Nobodium is right. Nobody has to see here like this. Sorry, Duke. It's just, my job. That's very disrespectful, Stella. It's cruel. It is what it is. Birdie don't deserve to be made into some online slideshow. The animals tonight have been saying some really weird things to me. The hell are you on about? What a horrid thing to witness. It's like they've all gone mad. If this happens to me, I wouldn't want to live like this. You were joking about talking to Gretchen earlier. You're still joking, right? We should maybe talk more about that later. Examine the key. Ew. Ooh, it's got like a boil on it. Size of. Ooh, Mars. You stoop down to the chicken, examine the head, examine the throat. Good God! At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched out taut, the growth pulsating beneath. She could still get better. Maybe she just needs the thing to pop, and she'll be right at rain in a couple days. Happened to me once, and there's not so much as a scar these days. I don't know. It kind of looks like there's something in. It smells like it should be buried somewhere deep. My senses scream out that this is an abomination. Oh, Stella, please. Can you hear the birth that dwells within me? Can you hear the way it roars and thunders? Looking more closely at the growth, you think you can see something squirming inside. Looks like an embryo. We could be wrong, though. Explore the head. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over, but still rolling around in their sockets with an unfortunate life. Can't hide from me. I can see you. I can smell you. Sick, sick creature. Explore the wing. This wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of the problem. The old one becomes the new. I've never flown, but now I soar. Whatever got hold of her busted her wing up. Too little bastard. Yeah, what a bastard. Having investigated to your heart's content, you step back and give the bird space. Did you see the thing on hold of her? I sure did. I got it on camera too. I didn't know what I don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? A gnome? That was a mountain lion. You know there ain't no such thing. It's not of this world, that's for sure. And what a disgusting thing it was, unappetizing in every sense of the word. Do you think she's becoming a like one of those things that's going to pop out of her? What a horrid thought. No, no, I refuse to entertain that notion. She ain't some kind of incubator. She just needs that thing drained, maybe some antibiotics, that's all. It's just like that mountain lion. As you and Duke and Stella take a stock of the situation, and a sound begins to wrap around you gently at first, barely a whisper, but then a guttural moan, then another and another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. There's something out there, all around us. I can smell it. There's so many of them. I think we should get out of here. Agreed. We all got enough excitement. Come on, Birdie. Let's get it. Are you guys hearing this? She starts filming again. As Duke scoops up the injured birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded. The range sounds coming closer and bolder. Ew! Oh, it's a baby. What in the hell is that? The gardeners come to mend and nurture. Let me blossom and sprout. Let me become. Don't you stop and take. Don't you step another foot closer. I'll shoot. Don't think I won't. The man hesitates, and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be eyes on Birdie, tucked under Duke's arm. Stella, Stella, there's another one. No, not Gretchen! You and Stella turn to just in time to see another creature slithering out of the bush. Oh my God! What are you going over? What's going on over there? As Duke glances, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of unnatural foot, and then chaos. Duke grapples. And Birdie was on an oddly jointed limb, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if Pod watches as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness. Her desperate cries, "Shit, shit, shit! Get your grubby little hands off my bird!" He has a gun. I'm gonna get the thing away from Gretchen. You dive from Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away, but the thing's mishap in hand. Oh no, nobody, my hero isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding alongside something sharp in the neck. And suddenly it is gone. Duke? Blood. Blood. My heavens. I smell blood. Whew. Oh my god, what did we do? Okay, first things first, I grab Gretchen. There. Step one is done. Gretchen is safe. Great. Okay, step two. What's step two? We call the cops, obviously. Do you have signal here? I know I don't. Look, we're going to have to run through the woods, reach a road. Anyway, I say we might as well chase after those things and get as much footage as we can. No one is going to believe us if we don't have proof of what happened. We owe it to do. Still, you froze. Go after those things and pull, and you pull that again. I. Okay, let's go. As you and Stella quickly make your way through the woods, the unearthly whispers of creatures unknown once again surround you. You say nothing, continuing forward with a grim determination. Oh my god, they're everywhere. What the fuck? We're almost there. You and Stella reach the main road and the whispers fade back into the sound of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. I certainly can't smell that stench anymore. I should give reception now that we're back on the main road. Let me find my phone so I can call the sheriff. You feel a buzz in your pocket. Damn, Tabitha? Obsessed, man? Where are you? Where the hell did you go? Damn, we were out there for so long. And 13 text messages. Of course she's gonna be that person. Since I didn't answer her, she's not gonna answer back. Tabitha seems worried. Pretty late, isn't it? Stella pulls out her phone and dials. Hello, Earl. It's Stella Richmond. I'm up in the mountain at Signa as Signa Trail. Duke is dead, Earl. Shotgun. It happened right in front of us. There's something in the woods. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay, but hurry. Jesus, Earl, who's going to tell Bo? I guess now where we wait. I should have went for Earl. I should have went for Duke. It takes a little while, but eventually a patrol car arrives on the scene. Out of its walk two officers, Sheriff Hugby, and a friendly older man, and Deputy Franklin, a serious man wearing sunglasses despite it being middle of the night. See, right there, a thing climbs out of the woods, then shotgun goes off. Wait, in Sam Hill? What in Sam Hill? What is that thing? Some kind of Pillsbury Doughboy? That's a funny one. That's actually kind of funny. Could have been Naked Manic. No, there was more than one. They chased us through the woods. Whatever they are, they aren't human. And they killed Duke. Uh-oh. Now we're going to have to confiscate this camera, Mr. Strong. If you don't mind, this is evidence. But okay. Let me just turn it off and save the battery. You know Stella popped something out of the camera and slid it in her sleeve. You over here taking the memory card! Here you go, Deputy Franklin. We appreciate your compliance with the law. We'll get a team out in the morning to retrieve the body, but for now, Sheriff Hugby and I, please call me Earl. Earl and I will escort you, and who are you, exactly? That's Nobodium. He came in town today for the funeral. Nobodium as in Tabitha's cousin, yes. Damn, didn't think you would actually show. We'll escort you both back to town. If there's a naked maniac on the loose, it's best you don't walk back on your own. It wasn't a never mind. Why aren't you going out there tonight? There's a dead body in the woods. Those things out there could attack someone else. Well, it ain't exactly like old Duke is going anywhere at this point. He'll still be out there in the morning. That's fucked up. Well, okay. We'll only have a skeleton crew at the moment. Monday nights are Deputy Derek's and bowling nights. We'll be on the alert for reports of naked men, and retrieving Duke will just have to wait. Now, if you kindly step in the vehicle, we'll return safely to your home. Do we have to ride back with you? We can just walk. Those creatures left. We'll be fine. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist for your own safety. Stella sighs. Okay, thank you. You can ride in front with me, little lady. That is if your mama permits. But what about Stella? She hates being in those wheeled contraptions. Sure, Earl, you can hold Gretchen on the way back to the town. Hmm. Gretchen's so sad. The cops usher you and Stella in the back of their squad car. You're just the cutest little thing, Miss Gretchen. Yes, you are. Sheriff Hugby pats Gretchen on the head affectionately, but she remains wholly focused on Stella. A worried look stretched across her little pug face as Hugby scratches behind her ears. Keen-eyed, Stella is quiet, stiff next to you, but rigid as she stares out the window, jaw clenched. Oh my, poor Stella. Neither one of us much like these awful metal beasts. If only I was able to confront her. Confound her. Confound. 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 Ah! This old man who reeks of coffee keeping us apart. You good? She doesn't respond. You reach out, rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at the touch, but remains focused on the wilderness outside of the window. Oh, and I'm sure it's just a little car sickness. She'll be right as rain once we get back down to the hill. Though she'd best try not to hurl into the meantime. In the meantime, we wouldn't want Franklin here to have to work late to clean the squad car. We're only a few minutes away now. Y'all had better keep it together until then. Soon the rumble of gravel beneath the tires give way to uneven pavement, and the car comes to a stop in front of the small cottage. You two stay out of trouble. We'll have this all sorted in the morning. Just get a good night's sleep. And you, whatever your name was, Nobodium. I.P. Freely, Fox Mulder remains. Sure, you're in the town for the funeral. Good. Don't you go leaving before then. I imagine we'll need to ask you a few questions about everything you've seen tonight. Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble. Y'all have a good night now. Bye-bye, Gretchen. And y'all have a lovely evening. If any bugaboos give you trouble, you know how to get in touch. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. And here you are, back in town, from the woods, with no one but Stella inside. Holy shit. Okay, so I know it's late, but I wound up. I know. I, for one, need answers. It's a long shot, but my friend's mom is a weird hippie lady. She knows all about local wildlife and local myths and legends. Maybe she would have any idea what these things were. Oh, wonderful. She's always stocks the finest dog biscuits just for me. I could really use one of those right now. I say, we go over and show her what we have found. Are you with me? Where have you been? I've been waiting in town forever. Where you that lost? Tabby, great. We were just headed over to Sybil's. You should come with us. A lot's happened out there night. Out there tonight. It'll be better to explain it all at once. I saw someone die. It was Duke. There was an accident. Wait, you're serious? Someone died? Yeah, the cops dropped us off down here. Well, if you already got the cops involved, I don't see what you think Sybil is going to do. Give you some weird tea about it. Doesn't sound super helpful to me. It was the circumstances. There were these things out there, Tabby. I can't even describe them, like doughy gnome things. Nobodium, I don't think we need to waste our time with that. I'm tired and it sounds like... Stop playing with my chords! I'm sorry about that, gal. You're tired. We're going home. You don't understand. I need answers. You need to go to bed because I need to go to bed and I'm not leaving without you and I'm your host and your older cousin, so you have to listen to me. What the hell? You control it much? I will make sure to catch you on whatever Sybil says, Nobodium. Here's my number. Let me know when you get back so I know you're safe. What, so you're friends now? You better not make problems for me all week, Stella. Tabitha doesn't wait for Stella to protest before starting back down the road towards her old BMW, towing you along with her. The night around you is blessedly silent, save for the comforting songs of the crickets and your footsteps on the pavement. There are no eerie owl-like calls of the pale, leering creature disturbing the night's peaceful ambience. The things in the woods are nowhere to be found, at least for now. You and Tabitha step in the car. It feels like a lifetime since you've been in the seat. But the truth is, it's been fewer than 12 hours. The smell inside is oddly comforting, like there's bone deep recognition that she smells like family. Reaches for the headlights. What the fuck? Dude? Is that you? Nobodium! You can ever so faintly make out the name on the name tag on his jacket. Wayne. Oh, that's not Duke. Welcome home. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. His jacket said Wayne. Yeah, well, you saw him for 2 seconds. Maybe you misread. It doesn't matter. Let's not freak out over nothing. As she turns on the engine, her keys rattle, betraying the fresh trimmer in her hand. She's just as nervous as you. You both ride in the silence back into the station. Ooh, this place is so beautiful. Like, even though it's just black and white, I like the ambiance, the light. This like only how the sky is visible right here, and then we got the dark area. In the eyeballs, I'm looking for y'all. We'll see you in the morning. I don't want to stay in this town. You were pretty dismissive of Sybil leaving. Is there anything I should know about her? She's a hippie type, that's all. I wouldn't trust half of what comes out of her mouth. She was probably just going to tell Stella exactly what she wanted to hear just to give you tea about it. Waste of time. That was a weird one. I read half of it. Love you was not what I wanted to say. Your cousin heads upstairs, giving you a dismissive wave as she makes her way to her bedroom. You follow suit, climbing up the creaky stairs to your own waiting bed and its ancient dusty sheets. As you drift off, you remember that Stella asked you to let her know when you got home. I'm gonna call her. Hey, how are you? She sounds a little different, a wearable in her throat. Did you make it back alright? Tabitha and I saw someone weird on the way, a minor, I guess. Knew my name, said some creepy stuff. That's scary, man. I think I've got some interesting leads, too. We can compare notes tomorrow. Until then, get some rest, alright? I'm glad you're safe. For the relative safety of the uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise, chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but a bad dream. But tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with a sour faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. Is that the end? Oh, oh, all the eyes, the pyramid, our soul. That was really nice. I like this game, don't get me wrong. It's point and click, it's a lot of talking. I don't know if I'm gonna make a series on here because I thought there would be a little bit more. Whoa, there's arcane symbols on that book because it's a lot of talking and I don't want it to be just completely boring. But I thought it was good. If I do get it, I'm gonna probably play it in my own time. Maybe if I really, really, really get into it, I might make the full series. Who are you? Why are you crying? Because the story is intriguing and I really do enjoy it. It's just it would have to be something I sit down, play like 30 minutes of, and then put down and get back on the next day. And I want to break it up like that for y'all. Nice llama. Or an alpaca. One of the two. There was eyes in the hole. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't. I kind of knew he was gonna die if I didn't save him. I looked up. I wanted to see how much longer the story was, and then I looked at the storyboard for it, and Duke dies was like a major plot point, or saving him was a plot point, or Gretchen. But I just much rather Gretchen because I think the talking animals is nice, and I like to that aspect of it because it's an option I chose, so I wanted to keep that. Duke is cool, and I feel bad. Yes, ooh, that's a lot of locks. Who the fuck needs that much lock on their doors? But it's really cool. Honestly, if there was voice acting for this game, I would play a full playthrough for YouTube, but I'm not sure because a lot of talking on my part. I stumble on my words a lot. That's something I've always done. Thank you so much for playing. This is episode 1 of Scarlet's free demo. If you like to continue your story, your saves will automatically carry over into the book. Nice! If you like to continue to the world state in episode 2, please save your game now. Yes, I want you to override. Join the Discord, join our mailing, so exit the main menu. Abby Howard and Tony Howard Arias. Yeah, but it was really good. I recommend it to anyone who likes these style of games. It reminds me kind of that game. What's it called? Sally Face. Except Sally Face had a little bit more things you could do. And I remember watching people play that back in the day, and it was so cool. I liked them. Uh, it does get a little boring with all the talking, but that's mainly because I'm also thinking of like a viewership perspective when I do these. Ooh, Wednesday, snake, snit spoons, cat, and nub, small monster. But yeah, I highly recommend. I might play more of it. I don't know. We'll see. 50-50, 6-7, you know. Uh, but yeah, if you like this video, bomb that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to tune into the next one. Alright. Hope you have a fantastic day, and bye bye!